Happy Valentines! I'm Maria.
And I'm Margret,
your favorite Thermomix consultant in Dubai. Welcome to the Thermomix Middle East YouTube channel.
Today we're gonna make a gourmet 3-course menu to surprise your loved one for Valentine's Day.
Our menu will have a touch of red as it is the color of love. So, Margaret, what's on the menu?
We're first gonna make a raspberry mojito.
We will continue with the scallops on pea puree.
And then you can surprise your loved one with asparagus mango salad.
To end your dinner with a beautiful cream tart shaped like a heart.
Ooh, I cannot wait. Sounds delicious. Let's
get started. So, for our cream tart, we're going to use a base. It's a cookie dough. To make our cookie dough, we will start with making icing sugar. So, we will be grinding our icing sugar 10 seconds, beat 10. As a second step, we will add flour. It's around 450 grams of flour. Then we will add butter, 200 grams of butter, unsalted. So we're just going to mix those ingredients, 20 seconds, speed 5. We'll add our eggs to the mixture. And we will mix again, speed 5. And our cookie dough is ready. So we will transfer our dough on our working surface, work it with our hands, make it into a ball. You can always keep it in the fridge until you're actually ready to make your cake. So then we will have some baking paper. Put the dough on top of the baking paper, work it a little bit with your hands. We put another layer of baking paper on the top, and we're using our rolling pin. You can find these in our office. So we're gonna use a measurement. So that's the beauty of this rolling pin. Actually, your dough will be measuring all over the same measurement. So we're gonna use around 6 millimeters. So we're making our dough flat. After we made our dough flat between the 2 pieces of baking paper, we can continue with our design. So we just trace a heart on baking paper. Now we remove the top layer of our baking paper heart on our dough. When you're ready, you can get a sharp knife and cut all around it. You will have a big heart cookie. When you're done, you just remove all the excess of dough around your heart. And we're going to clean our walls. You can use the knife to just push the dough inward. And then we remove the dough from inside. And again, push the dough back in. Best to do also by using your fingers. And when you're ready, you remove the top layer of baking paper, and this can go into the oven 15 minutes, 180 degrees.
Now we're gonna make the starter, asparagus mango salad. I'm gonna show you how easy it is. While the dough is going in the oven, we make the starter with the varoma, so the multi-layer cooking. I will show you quickly with the water. We put it in. Remember, the Thermomix has a built-in scale, so it's super easy. While you're prepping everything, you still have time to get ready, set the table nicely for when your loved one is coming home. Here we go. So this is the water, and then it tells me to do a little bit of sea salt here. So here we go. Some sea salt. There we are. And then it tells me to place the varoma in position. So even if you are in a hurry, you don't have to worry. The Thermomix is completely guiding you through. So this is the aroma dish. Here we are. And then it tells me to put in the asparagus. I already prepped the asparagus. I peeled them. I like it like this. You can also use the white ones. These definitely you need to peel. Here we go. From there. Really nicely. You can also, if you don't like it and if they're quite long, put in the tray and put them on top. So then you have them a little bit more flat. It's what you like. Just make sure you have some unobstructed holes and they're nicely spread. There we are. You can even do, if you have quite a lot of asparagus, 2 layers. Here, so you can have some at the bottom and some at the top. There we go. Very easy. Then we put the Varoma lid on top. Just remember, it's just sitting loose. That's just for the steam. There's nothing to say click. It's just fine like that. Then it's pre-programmed, of course. It says 16 minutes on the Varoma and on speed 1. So here we go. And it's steaming for us. Look at the asparagus. Wow. That is really nicely cooked. All the vitamins are still there. Then we're gonna put them under, run them under cold water, and then we go to the rest of the recipe. So we just discarded the water, the asparagus are steamed, and we're going on to the next step. First we need a chili, a fresh one. We de-seeded it. We put it in the mixing bowl. Then we have the onions here, fresh onions. Go next. And then we go for the oil. We use the olive oil. It has in the recipe sunflower oil. Normal olive oil is fine as well. Here we go. And I love the scale. It saves me so much time and so many bowls that you need to wash afterwards. Here we go. Exactly 30 grams. And we go to the next step. And then we insert this one and the measuring cup. Here we are. Then we press next, and then for 3 seconds to speed 6. We're quickly chopping everything. This is beautiful, of course, because I don't have to really cut the chilies, so it saves me from some tears. Here we are. We put it really nicely down. Look at that. Oh, it smells so nice. And then we scrape it down. And then we're gonna put the simmering basket on top. Here we are. Then for 2 minutes it goes to 120 degrees Celsius on speed 1. So the simmering basket is there, of course, that the steam doesn't get trapped, but because you're sauteing, the spatter doesn't go up. So if you have a small kitchen, it's not making any dirt, it's nice and clean for you. And there we go. Oh, that looks so nice. And then we're gonna put in the vinegar. So it says white wine vinegar. We go for apple vinegar. There we are. And then we do next. And then the lime juice. We like to have it really fresh. So here we go. Perfect. Then we do next, and then we do a little bit of the sugar. Just a little bit. You can leave it out, of course. And black pepper. Go in. And next, and then some sea salt. Go. And then we put it in again. There we are. And then it's 10 seconds to speed 3 for mixing it. Next. Now we're going to cut the asparagus after they cool down in pieces approximately 3 centimeters. If you're fine, you can make them also smaller. And we're going to add them to the rest. Now we're going to add the cooked asparagus into the mixing bowl. And then it asked me for the 500 grams of mango. And some 100 grams of curly endive. We didn't find curly endive, we have this curly lettuce, which is a nice substitute. 100 grams, you can add more or less. Next, and then some fresh mint as well. Just the leaves is fine. And we transfer it gently into a large bowl. Here we are. Look at that. Oh, that smells delicious. I don't know about you, but I get hungry already. And I can smell it. But it's this nice, spicy smell that comes into my nose. And it's definitely going to the taste buds. Then we press next. And then we're gonna top it up with some goose breast. This is as per the recipe, but the other substitute is smoked turkey breast. And now we're gonna dish it up really nicely. Look at that, beautiful with the lettuce. Look at the colors and a touch of red, of course, from the chilies. And it gives it a nice bite with the asparagus and some sweetness with the mango. A little bit more. Mango is my favorite, so, and as well as asparagus. Look at that, how beautiful is that? And then we're gonna top it up with some turkey breasts. You can also do goose breast if you prefer. We do it with this one. Nice. Et voila! For you!
A nice time for our beautiful main course. So we're making scallops with pea puree. And we start cooking. You can find this recipe on Cookie Do and also in our description. So the first step would be to have 20 grams of shallots. So we'll have So now we'll be adding our 75 grams of pouring cream. We're using cooking cream today. You can also use whipping cream. Okay, and then next, a little bit of sea salt. Half teaspoon. And then next, we have 175 grams of frozen peas. Next, put in the lid and simmering basket on the top, and we start speed 1 for 8 minutes. So the next step will be to add the remaining frozen green peas. So we're using lime today for this. Don't forget your measuring cup and blending for 1 minute. So we will have our beautiful pea puree. Okay, so now we go to the next steps. After we have done our pea puree, we're just going to take care of our scallops. We will fry them in our new addition to the Thermomix kitchen, our new pan. These pans are very versatile, and you can actually use them on the stove, or you can also put them into your oven by removing the handle. So come with me, let's go and fry our scallops. Our scallops are ready, our pea puree too. Now we go for the assembly. So we get a spoon of pea puree and we make so you can top the scallops with bacon or with veal bacon, but today we're using bresaola. So we adjust the bresaola on the top. There we go. so you can still see the scallops. Okay. And we will now finish our plate by drizzling with balsamic glaze. Here we go!
And next for our romantic drink, a virgin raspberry mojito. Start cooking. So here we go. We have 4 ounces of sugar. 4 ounces of sugar. Go straight in. You can make it a little bit more sweet, a little bit less sweet, depending on what you prefer. That's the beauty of the Thermomix. You can completely customize it to what your loved one wants to have. You put in the leaves. In we go. 10 seconds on speed 10. Here we are. Now we're gonna scrape down the sides of the mixing bowl. Look at this. Only goodness. The smell is already incredible. And it's so simple to make. You know, no rush, you do it quickly. 5 minutes, it's done. Then we're gonna put in the raspberries. 12 ounce. Yeah. Perfect. Next, then water. 6 ounces. Here we are. And of course, again, you can adjust it to your liking. Then the lime juice, we already prepared that. And then we put in everything. And then it's speed 6 for 10 seconds. Now we're gonna fill the glasses. Look at that. How quick did we make that? With ice. So here goes the ice. Really nice for decoration. So super easy and simple. Everybody can do this. Then we pour the raspberry mixture over it. Look at that. How beautiful. So now we have the ice, then we pour the raspberry mixture over it. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? Here we go. And of course, we leave some for later. Yeah. And then, yes, thank you.
Club soda, topping out with the club soda.
And we put some nice stuff on it. Yeah. Look at that. Who would not like to be surprised like that? This is beautiful. Well, Maria?
Why not?
Here you go.
Happy Valentine!
Happy Valentines! It's really nice.
Delicious. Okay, and about our cream tart, our dough is being made. So we're gonna use, so we made 2 little hearts. So one is just behind me cooling down. So after the dough comes out of the oven, you let it rest until it's completely cold. And now we're going to move into the cream. So for the cream, we will use mascarpone. We will use 500 grams of mascarpone, but first of all, we insert our butterfly whisk over the plates, and now we're adding our mascarpone. So I'm doing this recipe manually, but we will explain and put all the ingredients and the procedure on our description. So 500 grams of mascarpone and now 150 grams of condensed milk. We'll put them together and we'll let it go 1.5 minutes. And speed, we're gonna go to speed 4. Okay, we got our mascarpone cream. So actually when you're turning around, right, automatically it goes thicker, you see? And here is our mascarpone cream. We just put in our piping bag. You can also make this cream in any colors you actually like by adding any food coloring. But we decided to decorate with strawberries and chocolate, so I chose to keep it white. But you can make it pink or red or any other colors. Also, about this cake, you can make it today, we're making a heart shape, but you can also use it for birthday parties, make number cakes. So for the piping, I'm using a round big nozzle. I can show you. So that is the way, this is the petals one. Now we push our cream all the way to the bottom of the piping bag, and we are ready for our decoration. After piping the first layer, we're gonna add our top layer. This is a very delicate part. Most of the time it breaks, but don't worry, we can fix it. So we're adding our heart on the top like this. And now we're piping the top. After piping the top layer, we're getting a beautiful heart. So what we're gonna do next, we're gonna use strawberries. A way that I like to put my strawberries on the top is by cutting in stripes. But be careful, don't cut all the way to the edge. So just cut a little bit. You make around 14 cut, and then here we go. You can open your strawberries, and it looks so pretty. Gives a touch of fresh. Okay, and we can do this with more strawberries. You can put macarons, you can put chocolate. Today we're gonna use our Verona chocolate for decoration. We have some very nice pearls and some strawberry flavored chocolate. Then we can just add somewhere on the top. When using our Thermomix, we also would like to use high quality ingredients. That is the reason why I've decided to decorate my cake by using Valrhona, the strawberry flavored chocolate. When you live in the UAE, you can also get 15% discount when you're using our code Thermomix15 when you buy online. We will continue decorating with more Valrhona. We're using our chocolate pearls. We're just spreading them on top of our cream tart. As much as you like. Chocolate is always good, especially on Valentine's Day. And this is your finished product. I'm sure your loved one will be definitely impressed. Happy Valentine's Day! And here is your 3-course affordable Valentine's dinner. All made possible by Thermomix. Happy Valentine's!